This is the beautiful campus at Brentwood College School, and the T. Gilt Bunch Theatre is soon going to be full of beautiful vintage costumes, and that's why I'm all dressed up. It's the premiere of One Man's Dream, the history of the Malahat Highway, produced by Nick Versteeg. It's a big night for the Mill Bay Malahat Historical Society. Come on with us and enjoy the show. Thanks for joining us on Go Island. On today's show, the Malahat speed limit was 12 miles an hour. A look back in history. A Heritage Home Award winner. Treasures at Rock Bay.
Now this is my treasure.
And healthy living. All that on Go Island.
Well, the Malahat has a fascinating story that very few people really realize what actually got that road built, and it's all thanks to Major James McFarland, who was basically a drunken Irishman whose persistence with the government actually saw the road built, and that is the best part of the story, is his character. And I researched that for a play, actually, and it just hooked me right in because he is certainly a character.
This is the premiere evening here at Brentwood College, but there will be other opportunities for you to see the film yourself in the future. Meantime, in Victoria, there's a place with a lot of treasures. It's in Rock Bay, and we'll find out more about it next from Karen Elgersma. Jim Walters is with me from Bristol Motors in Victoria. So Jim, what a showstopper of a vehicle this is. Is it typical of vehicles that would have been used on the Malahat at the turn of the century?
Actually, this car may have been one of the first cars to go over the Malahat, because I traced the history back to being a Victoria car from 1910.
And you must have spent hundreds of hours on this vehicle.
Actually, not a lot. It's basically the way I bought it. I had to spend a lot of time polishing the brass and the paint back up. It was quite faded. It hadn't been used in about 25 years or so.
Some of us can't imagine traveling the Malahat even in modern times. And really, I just think it's frightening to think of going over the Malahat in something like this. But were they serviceable vehicles?
Oh yeah. Back in the day, this thing would have been just fine. The top speeds back in those days, but because of the roads, were maybe 20 miles an hour. I mean, you were flying at 20 miles an hour back in that time.
Is it fun to drive?
That's a blast. Absolute blast.
We're spending time in yesteryear throughout the program because a century-old Nanaimo home is getting a new lease on life, and the homeowners are getting an award from the city for this rehabilitation project. That story is next. Coming up, Roger Carr as Major McFarland and audience reaction to One Man's Dream.
I'm so proud to be a Mill Bay person.
At the premiere event for the film on the history of the Malahat Highway, lead actor Roger Carr and scriptwriter Jeff Johnson were given accolades. Well-known Cowichan filmmaker is producer-director Nick Versteeg, who created One Man's Dream. Nick, why was the story so fascinating to you?
Well, when Jeff and I met with Maureen Alexander from the Mill Bay Historical Society and gave us all the material, we got enormously excited because we said this is a project where we can really have some fun with, right? So we started reading, and then Jeff created a fantastic script. Roger Carr, we had Roger Carr as McFarland, of course, right? A great actor, as you will see in the film. And so it was, you know, it was a kind of a dream project because we could have fun with it.
Some of the McFarland family are here.
It's great. We have John McFarland there, the great-grandson, and then we have the grandson, Doug McFarland, here. And also, we have to say that the whiskey that McFarland is drinking is the original. We created the original bottle of Burke's fine old whiskey, right? Because he drank a lot. Yeah. Right. So
this is an authentic film. You can be sure.
Absolutely.
Well, we're looking back in time now because on the show we have Paul Beilstein, who is going to say, you know, it's simple to stay fit and healthy. Just eat what your grandparents ate. That's next on the show. City Living is next, after the break. It was a packed house at Brentwood College for the premiere of One Man's Dream. Just prior to the film, the audience were treated to Victorian Vogue,
History through fashion,
a fashion show of period costumes.
The idea for this production actually started about 7 years ago, I guess, when the Bamberton Historical Society formed the Seeds and Salt Theatre Company. They were going to perform true stories from Vancouver Island's history. Well, part of one of the shows was, about 10 minutes, I guess, just a short 10-minute play about the Malahat Highway and Major James McFarlane. Well, it was when I was researching the information for this play that I realized that what really happened was far more entertaining than we could make up. And I have to say I was kind of hooked at that point because the road, as you know, probably has been open a long time, in fact, over 100 years. But the whole story has never really been told.
Had it not been for that road I designed, much of what you see here might never have happened. At least, not when it did. Never again will you see me driving on this so-called road.
If you want to drive to Victoria, this is the only one.
What? Well, then I will get a better road built. And that is what started it all. There were stretches that seemed to go on forever, with no place to turn around. There were no railings, and few places to pass oncoming traffic.
That was one popular movie, and there's plenty of people lining up to buy DVDs right now.
3 months. Okay, excellent.
How did you enjoy the film tonight?
Absolutely wonderful.
It was amazing to see the history.
Well, it certainly was. It's brought so much new information, I think, to so many people that travel that highway.
It was good to be here. Fantastic movie.
It was so engaging, wasn't it?
It was very much.
Very entertaining.
It was excellent, exceptional.
You're going to drive differently on the Malahat now?
Always do. I get the slow tickets, right?
I think I really value the Malahat differently now. Yeah, you understand how important it is.
Oh, absolutely amazing. I'm so proud to be a Mill Bay person.
It was awesome.
Did you learn some new facts about the Malahat?
Oh, we certainly did, yeah. It's wonderful.
I was one of the protesters.
How was that?
Oh, it was fun.
First time in a film?
Oh, yeah.
Wasn't that just unbelievably good?
We really enjoyed it. It was fun to see all the neat pictures and stuff. Yeah. I bought one too.
The sales are definitely happening at the DVD table, and all proceeds are going to the Mill Bay Malahat Historical Society. You can get your own copy or turn out on June 3rd when the film will be shown again at the Cowichan Performing Arts Centre. For Go Island, I'm Daphne Goode. See you next time.
Women's clothing provided by Tulip Noir. Casual designer fashions. Men's wardrobe by DG Bremner & Co. Menswear and accessories. Hair services provided by Salon J.